minus 10, 9, 8.
The clock is operating. We're underway.
Tranquility Base here.
Endeavor, go at throttle.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids 8 to 80. Welcome to the 2019 USCSA National Championships, presented by the Jackson Hole Travel and Tourism Board. On a picture-perfect Friday afternoon in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, we are set to bring you live broadcast coverage of run number 2 of the Men's National Championship Slalom. Hi, everybody. Boss Hogg alongside Elin Olive, as we are set to bring you live coverage here of run number 2 of the USCSA National Championships. Glad you're joining us here on the USCSA Broadcast Network. We were here earlier this morning with run number 1 and now back today for run number 2. And today we are going to crown our national champion. The 2019 USCSA National Championships are brought to you in part by Jackson Hole Travel and Tourism Board, reminding you to stay wild. And by Jackson Hole Mountain Resort, by Outdoor Master, and by Patagonia. 93 of college's greatest Alpine slalom skiers set to come down here in run number 2. And we're going to bring you every single one of them, but boy, I'll tell you, it is anybody's race. A barn burner here earlier this morning as Andras Reich Pogledich, the defending giant slalom champion from 2 days ago, now back at it for the slalom, and it can only cause us to think back, Elin, to last year in Lake Placid when Pogledich led after run number 1 against Paul Reckberger by almost a second and a half and got into trouble high up atop the Lake Placid run. And Reckberger walked away with the national championship. I mean, are we going to see the same thing here today?
Well, there's a very good chance that we could see something very similar, especially since the margin of victory right now for Reckberger, if it was to hold, Pogledich, if it was to hold up, is only about 0.3 of a second. That is a whole lot less than a second and a half. It's going to be very, very close racing here at the USCSA National Championship. Run number 2 is going to be great. I can't wait.
Pogledich finishing first after run number 1, followed by Adrian Romberg in Sierra Nevada College. Paul Reckberger in 3rd place. And then it's the newcomer, Eston Falksett from Rocky Mountain College in 4th. Jack Blanchard from Babson finishing 5th in the first run. Vidar Whitting from Sierra Nevada in the 6th spot. Logan Mackey from Castleton in 7th. It's Jocko Gelmetti from the College of Idaho in the 8th position. Anton Smith from Castleton in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 here from run number 1 is Vlad Elias from the University of Connecticut. As we talked about, it really is anybody's race here this afternoon. Anything can happen, and what a wild run we had in run number 1 earlier this morning.
Yeah, Sierra Fresno from Western Colorado State University set up a marathon of a course for the boys, and it looks to be no easier here in run number 2 as Chris Eder has an amazing set going on here.
Now, I'm going to tell you something funny. We have only announced Chris Eder for the last 10 years as Chris Eder, and finally, after 10 years, Chris comes up to me and says, "Hey, boss, my last name is Eder." Now, it's been a decade. I literally have called him Chris Eder for a decade, but I found out this morning that it's Chris Eder, so I'm going to call him Chris Eder still. Because it's just so much easier. That's what I know. No, we're going to call him Chris Eder, in fact. No, there's no doubt about it. He has set a great second run set here. And as you can see, our 4 runners now coming down the track. Let's take a look at the course conditions here for the run number 2, the men's slalom. 24 degrees here on a cloudless bluebird day in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Not a breath of wind outside. They're calling it 2 miles an hour out of the south, but I sure can't feel it. 30.52 and rising on the pressure gauge. This is just gorgeous. Sunny skies, low humidity, hard-packed powder conditions here at Snow King Resort. As we said, Chris Ader is the course setter. 58 gates, 56 direction changes, and that's the sum of fun here in run number 2 for the men. As they line up and get ready to go, our 4 runners now making their way down the course. We're sure glad you're joining us here at the beautiful Snow King Resort in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, the home of the 41st annual 2019 USCSA National Championships. All kinds of good stuff, including the entire Nordic competition taking place at the Trail Creek Nordic Center Snowboard and Free Ski right here at Snow King, and the big Alpine venue, in which we are parked at the bottom of, and we are waiting for the big dogs to eat. As run number 2 is almost underway, we'll see Andrew McCauley from Villanova. He was on the bubble, finished 30th in run number 1. He'll come out of the box first. Then it'll be Thomas Daigle, Griffin Sarachek, Elias Holmland, Sean Robinson, and R.J. McLennan. And as much as we talk about the individual competitions here for the title of national champion in the men's slalom, there is a team race going on in the background here that is unbelievable, isn't it, Elon?
It really is. You've got 2 from Rocky Mountain College. You've got a few from Sierra Nevada College. Then you've got 3 from Clark Castleton, all in the top 3. It's going to be a very, very important run, especially I'm looking at Anton Smith. He's going to have to lay it down. Of course, we know Paul Reckberger's going to do his thing, so will Logan Mackey. The team race is really anyone's race at this point.
Take a look at our final 4-runner making his way through the course. Of course, he'll radio any last-minute information up to the start shack to give these racers as much info about this second run set by Coach Chris Ader. Of course, the athletes having an opportunity to slip and inspect the course. That happened just about 45 minutes ago. So all of the racers here in Run 2 have had a chance to see this thing, but nobody's been able to go full speed down it. And that seemed to be the problem. The speed in run number 1 in combination with the tight set of the gates proved to be too much for almost 25 of our initial first-run skiers.
Absolutely. A total of 22 lost in the first run. And the problem is that this hill is so steep. It's one of those things where you're at full speed by about gate 2 or 3. And depending on what combinations are thrown in there, depending on what kind of turns that you're throwing down in there, it's going to make things very difficult. Like run number 1, this is going to separate the men from the boys.
Sit back and relax, ladies and gentlemen. Here it comes. It's run number 2 from the 41st annual USCSA National Championships right here in Jackson, Wyoming. Andrew McCauley from Villanova University. He'll be the first out of the box. Always a scary, shaky, kind of empty feeling in the bottom of your throat when you're standing up there all by yourself. No one's gone down in front of you. But the great part about it is you have a fresh track. You can own it. You can set the standard. And Andrew McCauley's going to show us what he's made of from Villanova, as he's going to be the first to shoot out of the box.
A lot of pressure right now on McCauley, trying to get Villanova a very good time. He made the flip. I believe he's the only Villanova athlete in the flip, so it's going to widely fall on his shoulders. But you mentioned the track. I mean, we had a guys wearing bid number 85 finish in the top 15. It's just an absolutely great track laid down here by Bronco here at Snow King, and you really couldn't ask for a better day either.
Remember, we'll take the times from run number 1. We'll combine them with the times here in run number 2. That's how we determine our national champion. Of course, the top 30 first run times, we reverse that order. We call it the flip in Alpine racing. And that's the order they come down here in run number 1. And we are underway as Villanova University's Andrew McCauley wearing bib number 31. As we said, qualified 30th fastest in run number 1 with a 53.61. And let's just take a look at what this new set from Chris Ader looks like as McCauley winds his way into the center section.
Well, it looks like about 4 gates into it, you've got a pretty nasty flush. So just when you think you're starting to pick up the rhythm, they completely change it on you. They have another flush coming into the flat section, and it looks like another flush just as you drop onto that final head wall, boss. This is going to be fast.
Well, I'll tell you, they come out of the flat section and into the head wall. It gets steep again, and sure enough, a flush right there at the end. And in the back seat, it's Thomas Daigle from, Andrew McCauley from Villanova with a 53.61 first run time, 48.98 second run time. And atop the leaderboard here, first out of the box with a 142.59, it's Villanova's Andrew McCauley. Here's Thomas Daigle from Clarkson.
Daigle doing a good job getting through that flush there as he's about to cross into the transition. This is where it flats out, boss, about right here. This is where you can kind of take a deep breath and get it all back together. Now you go right into another flush, and then immediately another flush right after that, just as you're dropping and getting more speed.
Down the head wall comes Thomas Daigle. He was the fastest at the split shack. He's got a good run going here in run number 2, and across the line it's Daigle. Daigle taking the lead, a 139.11. Griffin Sarachek from Cornell University wearing bib number 43. 28th fastest after the first run with a 53.59. Hot out of the start box, it's Griffin Sarachek. No problems here at the top part of the course, but it's once they get past this first section into the transition where it flattens out. That's where Chris Ader has given them a couple of flushes back to back and a hard right boot turn towards the left in front of our cameras. But no problems for Sarachek as Griffin's got a great run going here in run number 2.
Well, around that last hairpin, he did a good job. Now into the flush. This is where things could get interesting because your legs are burning at this point. And right now, Griffin doing a great job bringing it to the finish.
3 gates to go for Griffin Sarachek, and he reaches for the stripe and grabs it. A 143.31 combined time for Griffin Sarachek from Cornell University. That's good enough for third. So it's Sarachek, McCauley, but Daigle still atop the leaderboard. Meanwhile, the speed demon from Rocky Mountain College, Elias Homeland, wearing bib number 101, is on course.
Big run for Rocky Mountain College. They are in the thick of that team race. They have 2 in the top 10 right now. If they can get a really good third time, that is going to just pad what they already have.
It looks like this second run is going to be one of speed as a result of Chris Ader laying down an absolutely perfect championship set here in run number 2. And down the head wall comes Elias Homeland from Rocky Mountain College, the Battling Bears from Billings. Well represented here and across the line. It's Homeland with a 142.92 combined time. That's good enough for third. He'll slide Sarachek down a slot on the leaderboard. Still the fastest, 26 to come, including Babson Sean Robinson wearing bib number 64.
Robinson, a good job through the timing section here. He's got his timing down. Good upper body, lower body separation. We talked about it earlier in the first run, how you kind of want to see a pendulum type thing. The upper body wants to be still while the lower body is doing all the work. Driving the skis from the toe of the boot, that is the number one thing that you have to do, and you got to stay forward.
No problems here for Babson Sean Robinson. He's third fastest at the intermediate split shack. And driving to the finish line, here comes Sean Robinson for Babson, and he reaches the stripe. Second fastest overall time here in the men's slalom. 142.42, a great effort from Babson's Sean Robinson. Now the University of Colorado at Boulder's R.J. McLennan wearing bib number 28. He's on course, flying through the upper section. 25th fastest with a 52.81 in run number 1. And he is skiing like a tremendous machine here high atop this run.
Great edge control by RJ. He's really digging those edges in, letting the ski do the work. He is shooting up a little bit of snow, and every time you shoot up snow, you do lose a little bit of speed because of the friction that's causing. As he drops into the final flush right here, this is where you can kind of take a deep breath and gather yourself for the home straight.
A straight shot down the final head wall. Here comes R.J. McLennan from Colorado Boulder, and he's the second fastest of the day. The overall time, 142.36. As we move to Matthew Chambers from the University of Connecticut. UConn could not afford a problem from Chambers, and Chambers has missed a gate and is having to hike. That's going to be the end of any competitive time. What a tough break for the Huskies from UConn.
Yeah, they're still riding high off of that GS podium, but it looks like he is wasting no time and getting aggressive. Almost got a little too aggressive.
And that's the end of the day for Matthew Chambers. Hold on, wait a minute. He's looked over at the gate judge. And it looks like he's going to try to hike back up and make the gate he missed. He knows which one it is. There it is. And now he's back on course, but a tough break for the Huskies. And once it's over, it's over. It really is. What a tough break for Matthew Chambers. He was so focused after run number 1. We got to see the team as they came down from inspection. They had a team cheer. I have never seen a tighter group of athletes before, and that is a tough break for Chambers. Still, though, he's got lots of teammates left in this thing. It is not over for the Huskies by any means in the team competition. Not
at all. What a set by Chris Etter. It looks like it's going straight down the ball line, so you're going to be at full speed by about the 3rd or 4th gate, it seems like.
Now popping out of the start shack from Cornell University, it's Tanner Abadan. Abadan wearing bib number 16. 52.76 in run number 1, good enough for 23rd fastest. And Abadan looks strong as he makes his way through the top section.
Right now, the name of the game is get to the bottom for Cornell. He's doing a good job into that flush, really athletic move. Quick hips is what it requires to get through those flushes. At the speed these athletes are going, great job in the rhythm section. He's got a really good rhythm, and he's just got great form heading into the final pitch.
7th fastest in run at the split shack, 27.62. So he's going to need to pour it on here in the bottom section. He can spot the finish line. 5 gates to go. Here comes Tanner Abadan from Cornell. And Abadan with the 7th fastest time of the day, 143.87. That'll slide him into the 7th spot overall. So our top 5, it's Holman, McCauley, Robinson, McLennan, but still Thomas Daigle leading the charge from Clarkson. Reed Lambris now from Nevada Reno wearing bib number 8. And Lambris moving into the center section. Good technician here from Nevada Reno. Lambris, no stranger to the USCSA National Championships. He is a old horse at this event. And a good run here for Reed Lambris as he makes his way down the head wall towards the finish.
Great job. He's definitely forward. You can see the ski being driven from the toe of the boot, and a great run by Reed Lambris.
140.96. That's good enough for 2nd fastest overall. So Nevada Reno's Reed Lambris in the discussion. Here comes Joe DeMute from the University of Connecticut. And DeMute had trouble high. He had to scrape a lot of speed at the top of the course. He is going to need to drive here. Looking like he's a little bit in the back seat. I wonder if this is going to be a problem for DeMute. He's going to have to get into the front of the skis as this thing tightens up as we get through the halfway point. Oh, what a great flush by DeMute.
DeMute did a great job rebounding, and good thing Bruce Diamond needs this time, especially with the trouble that Matt Chambers had earlier. This is a big run for the University of Connecticut if they want to be on the podium tonight.
Well, we're going to see if he can make it up. Of course, he was 8th fastest at the split shack as a result of some troubles up high, but he's looked clean so far in the rest of the race as Joe DeMute drives to the finish line and hits the stripe with a 3rd fastest combined time, a 141.92. So he was able to make up some time, but that was a tough break for Joe DeMute up high. Michael Resnick now from Northeastern University wearing bib number 47, 20th fastest after run number 1 with a 52.43, and looks really good and fast in the high section.
He does. He looks like he's taking a very aggressive line. Good flush there by Resnick. Heading into the very last part of this course, into the transition. There's going to be about 2 more flushes back to back, and then it's a straight shot home.
Michael Resnick with the 2nd fastest split time. So he is moving in the top section and still no problems as he navigates the final 5 gates and reaches towards the stripe into the corral. It's Michael Resnick with a 140.17, 2nd fastest here for the day. So your top 5, it's McLennan, DeMute, Lambris, Resnick, but still Clarkson University's Thomas Daigle in the lead.
Daigle came out at the 2nd person in the flip, so he finished 29th. He is really improving his spot and helping Clarkson out.
Now on course, Northeastern University's Peter Sugar wearing bib number 2, 18th fastest after the morning run, and he's got a sugar sweet run coming here in run number 2.
He definitely does, boss. A great run so far. Sugar got in the backseat a little bit, and he's going to have, looks like he did catch that gate, boss, but he's lost all of his momentum.
Oh, and it's at the wrong place, too. You can't scrape the speed before that flat section. Now he's down the head wall. He'll get some more momentum. He's just trying to hang on here for run number 2. Here comes Peter Sugar from Northeastern University and across the line with the 11th fastest time of the day. It cost him too much time in the center section. Now it's Clarkson University's Nicholas Lacasse. Lacasse wearing bib number 65. 52.32 in run number 1, good enough for 18th fastest in the morning sesh. Now making his way into that first flush. 2 big flushes here in this second run set by Coach Chris Ader.
Great run here so far by Nicholas. He's looking very good, very fast. Great flush there by LaCase as he comes into that second one of the back-to-back. Just those back-to-back flushes is going to break up rhythm so much, and it's going to be really hard for some of these athletes to get back on rhythm after clearing that.
Driving through the finish line, it's Nicholas LaCasse from Clarkson University with the third fastest combined time of the day, 140.79. So a great performance here in run number 2 from Clarkson's Nicholas LaCasse. But now it's Babson's Mac Henderson wearing bib number 39. He wants to do something special for Coach Joe Hardy. Babson, a great Alpine program, well represented here in the men's Alpine division at this 41st annual championship. And Mac Henderson is flying through the course. Here he comes through the center section, down the head wall. It's Mac Henderson.
Henderson, a great flush there. Let's see how he sets up for the final one, and it's just as easy. Quick hips is what it's going to require to get through that flush as he heads down the straightaway and is headed for home.
Here comes Mac Henderson from Babson, and Henderson across the line with the 5th fastest combined time of 140.127. The newcomer from Billings, Montana, and Rocky Mountain's Oscar Dahlman wearing 84. We got to see Dahlman in his first national championship slalom here earlier this morning, and this kid's got the skill set to make it happen. As Oscar Dahlman is flying down this course, he makes his way through the first flush.
Dahlman definitely one of the newcomers to watch in the future for Rocky Mountain College and Coach Jerry Wolf. Dahlman just has a beautiful skill set. He is very awesome to watch ski. He's got great form, great upper body, lower body separation. You can tell he is driving from the front of the ski. Very rarely, if ever, gets in the back seat.
The future of Rocky Mountain College now, crossing the stripe with a time of 141.06. Only good enough for 5th fastest. He lost some time in the second half. Here's a big race. Brian Chambers wearing bib number 9 for the Huskies at UConn. They need a good time from Brian Chambers right now. He was 15th fastest after the first run with a 51.99 as he makes his way through the center section towards the final head wall. Here comes Brian Chambers.
Chambers looking very good right now. He's got a real chance to help out UConn. Good form. Trying to drive those skis from the front. Remember, it's all about being in the right position. You cannot get in the back seat, especially right there, right after 2 back-to-back flushes.
Oh, and now it's a wild ride for Chambers, but he hangs on. He's still got it going. Brian Chambers now, with everything he has, driving to the finish line and across the stripe with the 4th fastest combined time of the day, 140.94. What a great bottom half for Brian Chambers. So let's take this second while we do a little course maintenance. We'll run over our top 10 so far here in the overall competition. It's Sean Robinson from Babson in 10th. R.J. McLennan from Colorado Boulder in 9th. UConn's Joe DeMute in 8th. Babson's Mac Henderson in 7th. Rocky Mountain's Oscar Dahlman in 6th. Rounding out your top 5 here for the men's national championship slalom. In 5th position from Nevada Reno, it's Reed Lambreth. The Husky from UConn, Brian Chambers in the 4th position. Clarkson's Nicholas LaCasse in 3rd. Northeastern's Michael Resnick in 2nd. But still leading from Clarkson University, it's Thomas Daigle. He came out of the box first, I think, and he's still atop the leaderboard. Meanwhile, back to live action. Here's Rocky Mountain College's Sean McCormick.
I tell you what, boss, as soon as he came out of the start box, he just looked fast. He did have a little bit of trouble coming out of the first flush, but it looks like he's rebounded well from it. And now he's headed in that flat section where you really have to keep your speed. There's one flush, and then just as you drop over that last section, you have another flush where things get crazy.
McCormick only 6th fastest at the split shack. He's going to need to pour it on here in the bottom half, but no problems here for McCormick as he flies towards the line and grabs it. The 2nd fastest overall time of the day in the combined, 140.17. A great 2-run combo for Rocky Mountain's Sean McCormick. That's a time that Coach Jerry Wolf definitely needed. Benjamin Myers now wearing bib 85 from St. Olaf, 13th fastest in the morning sesh with a 51.93. And now he has gotten behind in the line, so that was it was just too much speed. Now he's back into the flush and back into the rhythm, but he certainly had to scrape some speed there in that top section.
Well, we keep talking about it, boss. This run is so steep, it's so challenging for a slalom that you're at full speed a lot earlier than you are used to. So it probably caught him off guard a little bit, so he had to let go some speed. He lost pressure on that outside ski, and that kind of cost him a little bit of speed there as well.
3 gates to go for Ben Myers, St. Olaf, Speed Demon, and bib 85, and a combined time of 143.05. That was a tough break up high for Myers. and 14th fastest so far. Here's Sierra Nevada College's Luka Gobek, wearing bib 63. Gobek, the 12th fastest after the morning run. Now making his way through the top section. Good form. He's making it look easy. The Eagle from Incline Village. He's not going to leave anything left on the table. No problems through the first flush. This is a good run for Luka Gobek.
Well, the flush at the very, very top, he looked very, very good and has positioned himself well throughout the entire course. He's got the rhythm down. He has this thing figured out. All he's got to do is get through this flush, and it's going to be a great time.
Luka Gobek's on a rocket ride down the final head wall with 5 gates to go. He can smell the finish line. Second fastest at the split shack. Is he going to take over the lead? No, sir. Still second place. 139.42 for Sierra Nevada College's Luka Gobek, but it definitely slides him down the Michael Resnick down the scale. What has happened here? Thomas Daigle coming out of the first position from Clarkson University. Check that. He came out of the second position. He was 29th fastest after the morning session and is still atop your leaderboard with only 11 racers to come from the flip. Unbelievable from Thomas Daigle from Clarkson University. Andrew Yovian, now his teammate, wearing bib number 41. Boy, would Clarkson like to see a 1-2 here with 10 racers to go with Daigle and Yovian. And Andrew Yovian, he's got what it takes to do it. Here comes Andy Yovian, making his way smoothly through the top section. Oh, and then shot out of the top section. But he was able to recover through the flush. What an incredible run.
He didn't look...
Yovian looked like he was about to go down, and then all of a sudden grabbed it together with a core strength. Unbelievable run from Yovian.
He didn't look like he lost hardly any speed or momentum there, boss. It may cost him a few tenths of a second, but that's about it. Great run by Yovian.
We was 12th fastest at the split shack. That's where we're going to see that scrape. Let's see if he can make it up as he flies towards the finish line. Here comes Andrew Yovian with a 140.87. That's 6th fastest in the overall. So he was able to make a little bit up, but not enough. His teammate, though, Thomas Daigle, still in the lead. Still the fastest 10 to come, including the sophomore Vlad Elace from the University of Connecticut. Bruce Diamond, Speed Demon, wearing bib number 55, now flying through the top section.
They need a run from Vlad right now. He is the leader of this UConn team, and they need him to come out big.
Vlad Elace now. He struggled at the top section. This is going to take a lot of work for Vlad, and Vlad is on a wild ride here. He's going to have to hike to make the gate he missed. And that is a tough break for the Huskies from UConn. These boys wanted this podium badly. Vlad Elace now back on course, but he has scraped so much time. That is a tough break for the UConn Huskies. Now into the final 7 gates comes Vlad Elace. And Elace just finishing. And he's happy, okay. Still, it's all right because the UConn Huskies, they got on the podium 2 days ago in the men's GS for the first time. What an incredible performance by the team from the University of Connecticut.
And it won't be the last time we see them on the podium, I'll tell you that right now.
Now on to Castleton's Anton Smith. Smith in bib number 66 finished 9th fastest in run number 1 with a 51.29, and Smith is 15th fastest at the split shack. So Smith had some trouble high atop this run here in the first section. Now he's going to have to pour it on in the bottom part if he's going to get in a top 10 position. Here comes Anton Smith.
Big run for Castleton. He's one of 3 in the top 10 for them.
Now Smith grabbing the stripe with a 140.99, barely inside the top 10. Number 9. Anton Smith, College of Idaho's Jacko Gelmetti now, wearing bib number 1. He was the first to come out of the box in run number 1 this morning. A scary thing to have to do, but it was no problem for Gelmetti. And Coach Ron Bonneau from the College of Idaho's got to be happy with this performance because Gelmetti is moving. Let's see what this split looks like. Still slow for Gelmetti upstairs. 20th fastest. He's going to really have to pour it on. That's a tough break for Gelmetti. He had a great first run, and he's going to have to really give us something here in the bottom half to get inside the top 10.
A little bit of trouble going into that flush, but he rebounded well into that final rhythm section before the finish.
And here comes Jacko Gelmetti. Gelmetti from the College of Idaho. The Yote from Caldwell. Across in 142.61. That's 16th fastest. So it's Lacasse, McCormick, Resnick, Gobek, but still Thomas Daigle from Clarkson University, your leader with only 7 racers to go. Here comes Logan Mackey from Castleton wearing bib number 44.
And Daigle's almost 2 full seconds ahead on the second run. So Daigle really put down the fire, and you never know what can happen here.
Logan Mackey from Castleton University, 7th fastest after the morning session, 50.81. And he's got a clean run here as he makes his way down the final head wall. 5 gates to go for Logan Mackey. And here comes Mackey across the stripe. Mackey taking the 3rd position in the overall, 139.60. That slides Michael Resnick down a slot. So your podium, it's Mackey, Gobek, but still Tom Daigle in the top spot. Vidar Whitting wants to change it all from Sierra Nevada College. He says, I've had enough hearing these names. I'm going to be on the top of this thing. He was 6th fastest after the morning session with a 50.27 as he makes his way through the flush into the intermediate split track. He's 2nd fastest at the intermediate. He's got a run going here, Elon.
He does, but he also has a big advantage in the overall time. So if he can just keep it together, there's a very good chance we're going to see him at the top of the leaderboard. He went wide.
He got shot out of the turn. The skis left the snow. He was able to recover. Now back into the rhythm. 4 gates to go for Vidar Whitting. Sierra Nevada College's Vidar Whitting across the line in a 138.42, and it's good enough for first. He's taken the lead away from Thomas Daigle. Now sitting high atop the leaderboard, it is Vidar Whitting from Sierra Nevada College. Still the fastest 5 to come, including Jack Blanchard from Babson. Here comes Joe Hardy, Speed Demon, wearing bib number 19. Jack Blanchard from Babson College.
Blanchard doing a great job. Great rhythm section. Awesome edge control. Great flush there, too, as he comes through that turn and now enters into the flat spot. This is where you got to keep your speed, boss. This is where you cannot make any mistakes, and Blanchard does just that. Great job through the first flush, and then there's that wide turn that he handles like a pro.
A good second flush for Blanchard. He's got speed here in the final head wall. 8 gates to go for Jack Blanchard. He can see the finish line, driving with his legs. Here he comes, and across the stripe and takes the lead. Jack Blanchard from Babson College. He's in the lead. 138.05. Jack Blanchard is now the man with the plan. Unbelievable performance from Babson's Jack Blanchard in bib number 19. He sits high atop the leaderboard with only 4 racers to go. But who can take him down a notch? It's going to be Rocky Mountain College's Eston Fawcett. We've never seen him race before. This is his first national championship. He was 4th fastest in run number 1 with a 49.15. Now he makes his way down the top section into the center transition. Here comes Eston Fawcett.
Fawcett is one of the best slalom skiers in the country. In the West region, he only lost the region title to Andrzej Poglevich by less than 2/100ths of a second. So if anyone can keep up with this huge crowd, it is Fawcett.
Jerry Wolf wouldn't tell us anything about Eston Fawcett. He wanted to keep him a secret until they got to Jackson Hole, and now we know why. With 5 gates to go, Rocky Mountain College's Eston Fawcett driving to the finish line. Will he take over the lead? Yes! Eston Fawcett, your new leader in a 136.83. Eston Fawcett has just lit this course on fire.
And that is exactly what Rocky Mountain College does, but here is the man that we got to talk about.
Paul Reckberger from Castleton, the defending national champion from the 2018 USCSA Nationals from Lake Placid, New York, was able to get over Andrzej Poglevich in Lake Placid on the magical run of his life. Now he's back at it again. Castleton University's Paul Reckberger on course and skiing like a tremendous machine, but he's had problems upstairs. 21st fastest at the split shack. Something happened to Reckberger high atop this run.
Maybe so, but Reckberger, if we know anything about him, he is a competitor. He let it all hang out in the second run of the GS. He didn't finish. He will finish this race. Here we go.
Paul Reckberger now driving to the line, trying to make up time as he reaches for the stripe with the 2nd fastest overall time. He was not able to get past Eston Fawcett. So our leaderboard in 5th, Tom Daigle, Vidar Whitting in 4th, Jack Blanchard in 3rd, Reckberger in 2nd, and still your leader from the Battling Bears in Billings. It's Rocky Mountain's Eston Fawcett, still the fastest. 2 to come, including the Flying Eagle from Sierra Nevada. Here comes Adrian Romberg.
This is the battle as old as time. It's Sierra Nevada versus Rocky Mountain College. One of those 2 schools will take home the Slalom national title for 2019. The Eagles swept the women's podium yesterday. Do they have a victory in them in the men's? Let's find out.
Adrian Romberg from Sierra Nevada College, 5th fastest at the split shack. He has not had a good top half. He's going to have to pour it on here in the lower half. Adrian Romberg, the best chance for the Sierra Nevada College Eagles for a title here in the men's slalom as he flies down the head wall.
Romberg with a great form going into the finish.
Will it be enough for Romberg as Romberg reaches for the stripe? Yes, Romberg, he's taken the lead. He's moved Volkset down, and now with one racer to go, your leader is Adrian Romberg, the Eagle from Incline Village. But the fastest time of the day belonged to Andras Wright Pogledich and Rocky Mountain College's Pogledich. He's gone off course. Pogledich has gone off the course again. I can't believe it. Andras Wright Pogledich is hiking. He's hiking on the fourth gate, and Pogledich is going to be done. This is going to belong to Adrian Romberg. I can't believe it. Pogledich has come off course. Now he's back in course, but he's lost all the speed. The day is going to belong to Adrian Romberg from Sierra Nevada College. I can't believe it. It's just like last year.
It is over. Only 0.2 of a second left to play with. Pogie had, and he lost it all. He went wide just out of the finish. Don't know exactly what happened, and he is doing everything he can to try to get as much time back. Maybe rebound a podium, but he may not even make that.
I'm going to tell you that Andras Wright Pogledich, this is a gutsy run right here. He knows that the national championship is gone, but he is skiing like a tremendous machine. I have so much respect for this young man as he makes his way through the finish line and finishes this second run. But an unbelievable afternoon. Andras Wright Pogledich, he had the lead after run number one and almost identically in the fifth or sixth gate as last year in Lake Placid. He had trouble. He skied off. He had to hike. What an incredible turn of events here in this finals of the men's slalom.
I'm speechless. I cannot believe that happened again. I mean, he is one of the best the USCSA has ever seen. He is a champion no matter what, but Adrian Romberg, how about him?
Today, the day belongs to the Eagle from Incline Village. Adrian Romberg is going to win the 2019 USCSA Men's National title in the slalom. Unbelievable performance from Romberg, and Romberg is going to hold up the trophy high tonight. Adrian Romberg, your 2019, and look at this. Look at the sportsmanship here, ladies and gentlemen, as Romberg and Pogledich all together again. Rocky Mountain and Sierra Nevada College. These guys are the best of friends. This is competition. This is what the 41st Annual USCSA Nationals is all about. Congratulations. Adrian Romberg is your new champion in the men's slalom.
Absolutely unbelievable race this afternoon. We were wondering if we were going to get an encore from Lake Placid, and it did not disappoint. Adrian Romberg with a great run. But how about this? Paul Reckberger, even though he had that minor mistake, he's going to find himself on the podium tonight.
Take a look at these teammates all getting together here. This is a classy, classy outfit. Rocky Mountain College, led by Coach Jerry Wolf. Sierra Nevada College, led by Coach Mihaela Kosi. And what an incredible performance by both of these schools. Pogledich, of course, the GS champion 2 days ago. He had his sights set on doubling up, but Adrian Romberg had a different idea from Sierra Nevada College. And I will tell you that any given day of the week, this would be the greatest two-man matchup you'll ever see in the slalom. Today it belongs to Romberg. Congratulations, the 2019 USCSA Men's National Slalom Champion from Sierra Nevada College. It's Adrian Romberg. Now back to live action as we collect ourselves here in the broadcast booth. I broke the chair. I broke my chair. I got so excited I broke the chair. So I'm standing up now because the chair's in a 500 pieces here. I can't believe it. My blood pressure's about 230 over 175. Adrian Romberg got me all psyched up right there. And we're back to live action here. Vazhog and Elon Olive on the call from the broadcast booth here at Alpine, and I think we have just seen the most amazing thing happen in this men's slalom here. It is just like deja vu out of Lake Placid last year, but Adrian Romberg is the beneficiary, and Reckberger was the beneficiary. And you know what? I'll tell you what it tells me. It tells me that Andras Wright Pogledich is the man, and he doesn't leave anything on the table. He let it all hang out. He came out of the start box. He went as fast as he could, and it was just a little too fast in that fifth and sixth gate. Meanwhile, now back to live action from Clarkson University. Colden Brack wearing bib number 83 now. Mrak on course as he makes his way down the top section into the transition. Wow, what a race today, Elin.
It has been. I told you on Inside the USCSA that the day I was looking forward to was Friday, was the men's slalom, because I knew there was the potential that this could be a very close race. Look at this. I mean, Romberg wins it by about 0.07 of a second over Folkset. It was an amazing run by really everyone involved here.
Well, you know, we can't talk enough about the newcomer from Rocky Mountain, Eston Folkset. He almost won the thing. Meanwhile, here it's Colton Mrak from Clarkson University, 143.87, so a good second run for Colton Mrak. Stephen O'Connor from Minnesota Duluth now on course. But you take a look at this thing. It's 136.17 for Romberg, 136.83 for Folkset. So about 65/100ths of a second separating the two. Then Reckberger in at 137.28. Jack Blanchard in fourth place from Babson at 138.05. I mean, this thing was tight all the way. But Pogledich blowing out high atop the mountain. It just opened the door wide open, and Adrian Romberg was there to step in. And he is going to take home the hardware tonight here in Jackson Hole. Great stuff from Adrian Romberg at Sierra Nevada College. Meanwhile, Stephen O'Connor from the University of Minnesota Duluth. He'll cross the stripe in 147.30 combined time. So a good two-run combo for Stephen O'Connor. Meanwhile, Sierra Nevada's Anton Waller. This is an important run as Sierra Nevada. They've got Luka Gobek in. They've got Romberg in, and Anton Waller now looking to add to this three-time combo for the team competition.
The girls obviously won the slalom yesterday. The boys trying to repeat and do that. They got both golds thanks to Adrian Romberg. Let's see what Anton Waller can provide for the Eagles at Incline Village.
And Anton Waller now across the stripe with his hands high in the air. He knows what's happened down here. He knows what happened to Adrian Romberg already. He just couldn't wait to get down here and go and celebrate with the Sierra Nevada Eagles as Romberg is going to take home the goods today, your 2019 National Slalom Champion. Here's Drexel's Mason Casper.
I mean, we can't really talk enough about Adrian Romberg, and that is how you win from coming from behind. You put down the run of your life, and then you wait and see what happens. And had he just decided to phone it in, he would not be in this position. He decided to put down the run of his life, let it all hang out, and see where the shits fall where they may, and then that happens, and now he's the national champion.
Wow, what a story here from the Alpine venue on a beautiful Friday afternoon in Jackson Hole. Mason Casper from Drexel across the line, 146.35. Good two-run combo here for Mason Casper. Boomer Viore from the University of Idaho, wearing bib number 26. It looks like Boomer has skied off course. In fact, he has. That was Boomer right there. So that's going to be the end of the day for Boomer Viore. Tough break. He had a good first run, 54.72. But he's not going to be able to add to that or post a final score here in this men's slalom. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast coverage here of Run 2. Boss Hogg and Elin Olive on the call from the Alpine broadcast shack here at the base of the mountain. Beautiful Snow King Resort on a glorious Friday afternoon. There's not a cloud in the sky. It is starting to warm up. And all of a sudden, it just went from winter to spring here in Jackson Hole. Now back to live action. Joe Weber from the University of Michigan wearing bib number 71.
Joe Weber plans to continue to have a large amount of fun every day of his life. Good on you, man. Also would like to thank Carl and Peggy Weber as well as John Weber coming to us from Marquette, Michigan.
Now Joe Weber, the Wolverine, through the final flush, down the head wall. About 5 gates to go now for Joe. And Joe crossing the stripe. Here's Weber with a time of 147.27, and the University of Michigan Wolverines has a finishing time. They have struggled here at this national championship. A tough run for them 2 days ago in the men's giant slalom, and then more problems in run number 1 earlier this morning. But Joe Weber got it all together, and 147.27 is his final time. Yale Flanagan now from the United States Military Academy on course.
Yale Flanagan comes to us from Burke, Vermont, likes to ski at Burke as well. This is his second USCSA National Championship. He was the Mountain Creek Slalom champion years 2018 to infinity, so that's a title he'll never give up.
And Yale Flanagan has skied off course. That's going to be the end of the day for Flanagan. Tough break for the West Pointer. But we will see Joe race again as the United States Military Academy, or see Yale race again as the USMA is going to compete tomorrow in Super Saturday. We'll talk about that in just a second. Meanwhile, Tyler Brown from Clarkson University on course, wearing bib number 95.
Tyler Brown out of Waterville Valley comes to us from Boxford, Massachusetts. Coached by Claire Kirschko, is an innovation and entrepreneurship major. We'd like to thank his parents, family, teammates, friends, coaches, and trainers.
Tyler Brown now driving to the line and hits the stripe with a 147.37. A great two-run combo for Tyler Brown from Clarkson University. And we will see Clarkson again here tomorrow for Super Saturday. It all fires up here on the USCSA Broadcast Network. We hope you'll join us. 10 a.m. local time. That's Mountain Time here in Jackson Hole. And it is the dual panel slalom. One of the funnest days here in all of the Alpine competition. The teams get together and they race next to each other down a steep slalom course. And the first one to the finish line wins. And if you've never joined us here on Super Saturday on the Broadcast Network, we invite you to do so as we'll bring it to you live tomorrow morning. Back to live action now. Travis Glenn from Colorado Mesa across the line in a 149.78. Next up, it's Frederick Scheidman from Villanova University wearing bib number 68. 55.22 in run number 1 earlier this morning was good enough for 41st fastest. And as soon as I say that, Scheidman has taken a nasty fall up there. He hooked a clip to, and this is what happens. If you clip one of these gates, the show is over. He was just trying to cut it a little bit too tight, and that's going to be the end of the day for Scheidman.
It's one of those immovable object meets an unstoppable force type moments. Someone's going to give out, and tragically, it's the skier who goes flying.
Brian Smith coming up next, then Reed Reininger, Kyle Weirether, Trevor Trimble, Ian Taylor, and William Tappan. And it looks like we've got another skier off course. That's Brian Smith from Rutgers. Brian Smith had a good top half going, and all of a sudden he caught an edge, and it shot him out of this course like a rocket, and that's going to be the end of the day for Brian Smith. Washington State University's Reed Reininger now on course. Check that, still in the start box, but now coming out. Here he is. And Reed Reininger from Washington State, the Cougar. Great to see Kai Yamamoto go into Lake Placid last year and have such a great individual performance. He goes back to all the way across country to Washington. And then he recruits some of his buddies, and they bring just a smoking hot Alpine men's team here to this national championship. And Reed Reininger from Washington State now on course, making his way into the final section.
And you know they're going to leave Jackson Hole happy the first year they enter as a team. The first day of competition, they walk away with a men's skier cross national championship.
Reed Reininger now making his way into the final 10 gates down the last head wall. And Owen Reininger went on a wild ride. He straddled the blue gate. Going to have to go back up to the blue gate. He's going to do it. He knows he's close to the bottom. And they want to post, Washington State wants to post a combined time here. They want a team score. And you can't do it unless you can use the ghost times, but they want to post the real times, and he's back on course. So here comes Reed Reininger from Washington State. A gutsy bottom half here, and he will make it into the finish line. Great to see the Cougars here from Washington State University. That is a start of something big out in the Pacific Northwest. Northeastern University's Kyle Weirether. Weirether wearing bib number 102. Trevor Trimble from the College of Idaho. That's Kyle Weirether, and he is skied off course. That's going to be the end of the day for Weirether. Tough break for him. Trevor Trimble The Yote from Caldwell, Idaho, now sits in the start box. He's ready to come down. And out of the box, it's Trevor Trimble from the College of Idaho. Ron Bonneau with a great program in Caldwell. Both a ladies and a men's Alpine program. Storied. I think he's been around. I think that program's been around as long as anyone. I know Ron's been there a long time. And every single year, we'll see 3 or 4 new names from the College of Idaho. You'll watch these skiers run, and then they'll come back next year and they'll run better. And just the development and improvement that Coach Bonneau is able to bestow amongst these athletes is unbelievable. And it shows right here as Trevor Trimble makes his way down the final head wall. 8 gates to go for Trimble.
Trimble is a business admin major out of Richland, Washington.
Crossing the stripe in a 149.47. So a good second run here for Trevor Trimble. Here's St. Olaf College's Ian Taylor wearing bib number 42.
Taylor likes to ski at Highland Hills. This is his second USCSA National Championship. He would like to thank his parents, Kristen and David, for the endless support they've given him, and also the Olaf team.
Taylor had a first run time of 56.17. That was 46th fastest as he makes his way into the final 6 gates. And a great second run for St. Olaf College's Ian Taylor. Combined time of 150.56. Here's William Tappan from Cornell University wearing bib number 75, 47th fastest after the first run with a 56.42. As he gets ready to set up for the transition here on run number 2.
William would like me to say he is a detail-oriented and goal-driven young man with a desire to learn and grow in the CS field, meaning computer science. Please contact him with 2020 internship openings. The man knows how to use his resources.
Absolutely. I'm glad you read it. Somebody's going to call that kid and say, hey, I heard on that broadcast that you're a pretty good guy. He knows. Cornell's William Tappan doing a little excess walking here during run number 2.
William would like to thank the thrill of skiing fast but in control like a finely tuned machine. He is an engineer after all, but seriously, he would like to thank his mom and dad.
And Tappan makes it down, surviving this second run here at the 41st Annual National Championships. Dimitri Maxim now from Stanford University wearing bib number 11. Maxim making good time down the front head wall. Just about 25 gates coming down the first head wall from the start shack as it makes its way towards the skiers left, bending around, and then skiers right again as it comes down the final head wall here in Jackson at Snow King Resort. Dimitri Maxim successfully through the final flush. Now 8 gates to go for Maxim.
Dimitri comes to us from Bethel, Maine. He's a computational biology major.
That would be computational.
You had to.
Yeah, computational biology. I don't know what that is.
We'll have to ask him.
Why don't you look that up? Computational.
Let's do that.
Are you going to really look it up?
I'm really going to look it up.
We should just talk to him.
If he wants to come in, we can talk to him, yeah.
That's a tough break right there for, let's see who was that just skied out now. That is Gonzalez de las Heras. Macedo Gonzalez de las Heras from the College of Idaho was unable to successfully navigate his way down run number 2. That's going to be the end of the day for him. We'll see him back here again tomorrow for Super Saturday and the dual panel slalom. What a great, fun day Saturdays are at National Championships here at USCSA. Can't wait for tomorrow. Of course, it's a 6-hour marathon broadcast brought to you by Elin Olive, my broadcast partner.
I got the definition for computational biology.
Tell us what computational biology is. What is it?
It's using biological data to develop algorithms or models to understand biological systems and relationships.
And I know just about as much as computational biology as I did before you read that explanation. Michael Ladke, meanwhile, on course from Rochester Institute of Technology. Ladke wearing bib number 117 now, having some difficulty in the transition. He's going to hike back up. Now he's back on track.
Ladke out of Essex Junction, Vermont, likes to ski at Smuggler's Notch. He was first in the slalom at Mid-East Regionals and second overall in the Mid-East Conference. He says he's here to ski and not thinking about real life. He's got the right attitude for this event.
And across the line, it is Michael Ladke from Rochester Institute of Technology. Patrick Helkema now from Cornell, making his way through the top section.
Many USCSA national championships for Helkema. He is a veteran here out of Cornell. Doing a great job skiing for that university out in the East Coast.
3 gates to go for Patrick Helkema from Cornell, and he hits the stripe. 150.53. And here on a wild ride, it's Charlie Kelly from Lafayette. Kelly was skiing backwards through the course for at least 2 gates. Now he's doing the walk up the hill.
And the whole reason why he's doing that is because he lists his favorite memory working with USCSA's Chris Shimeko. He was his professor, mentor, ski coach, and got him involved with USCSA. This is his 4th USCSA national championship. So he wants to finish strong.
Shimeko, the upcoming president of the United States Collegiate Ski and Snowboard Association. He will be following the tutelage of Adam Stark, our current president, right behind Andy Rangan, our past president. And he is top shelf. Chris Shimeko is the real deal, let me tell you what. Charlie Kelly from Lafayette College is going to log miles here of walking.
Yeah, boss. It looks like he split a gate up there on the midsection. And I think that's actually going to do it for him.
Charlie Kelly. And Charlie Kelly has crossed the finish line. Charlie Kelly across the stripe, 235.70, but the fact that he got down, the fact that he made it to the finish line was a miracle because he had to do some hiking in that run.
That is called earn your turns. What a wild ride it looks like we have here.
Meanwhile, back to live action now from the United States Military Academy. It's Griffin Hakanson wearing bib number 73, 53rd fastest after the morning sesh.
Hakanson, when he came out of the start gate, about the 3rd gate, he got a little bit in the back seat. The skis did lose the air, but it doesn't look like he's sacrificed that much momentum and speed from it. Still a pretty good run here by Hakanson. Comes to us from Jacksonville, Oregon, likes to ski at Mount Ashland.
And Griffin Hakanson now making his way down the course into the final third. And now Hakanson into the finish corral with a time of 150.94 as we get reset here on our lower camera. Get you back high on the hill. University of California, Davis's Logan DeAngelis now, bib number 25, taking off from the start shack.
Logan would like to thank Paul DeAngelis, his father, Jennifer, his mother, Chip White, his FIS coach, Pete Corfiatis, his FIS coach, and Guy G. Bien, his FIS coach as well. This is his 2nd USCSA National Championship. He attended the ones in Mount Bachelor in 2017 and finished 23rd in this event.
As Logan DeAngelis now on a on a wild ride, and that's going to be the end of the day for Logan. He made that transition and just lost the edge. It slid out, and a tough break for Cal Davis's Logan DeAngelis. Alexander Harris now.
Harris comes to us from St. Olaf College. Skis at Mount Lacrosse, out of La Crosse, Wisconsin.
As we await for Alex Harris, he'll be followed by Michael White, Sam Mason, Kai Yamamoto, Peter Del Cole, and Jake Bragowski. And then we'll see Trevor Bongiorno, Chris Burns, Andrew Kofed, and Andrew Elder. But here is Alex Harris from St. Olaf College.
Harris would like to thank the financing and support people of Don Harris, Laura Kramer, and his coaches, Derek and Marcy Iverson, Bill Potza, Steve Mickelson, M.R. Hostetter, and Doug Nordmeyer. Alexander Harris coming down the course right now and about the lower section. Good job as he crosses out of the flat into the final steep part, and he will be coming to the finish. Great job through the rhythm section, making a dive for the line with a time of 1:51.31 and a second run time of 53.45. Michael White of UConn on the course right now. White doing a great job into that flush. And he is skiing great on the top third with a good time here at the intermediate split shack. Good enough for 46th fastest. Right now, White just trying to post a time for Bruce Diamond's UConn Huskies.
Trying to get our low camera set back up here. We'll get that to you as soon as we can.
And it looks like Michael White has hit the finish line with a time of 1:53.83.
Let's get back into the call here now. Sam Mason from Hobart William Smith College, bib number 93. He'll be coming across the finish line next. Washington State University's Kai Yamamoto now on course. No, check that. Kai is still in the start box. This is Sam Mason from Hobart William Smith College. He was 57th fastest after the morning session now, making his way into the lower third.
Beautiful weather like this really makes those suit colors shine, don't they, boss?
And hats off to our high cameraman here trying to follow everybody through until we get into the coaches corral there. And Kai Yamamoto now on course. Sam Mason from Hobart William Smith College, 1:53.51. And Yamamoto from Washington State University in bib number 18. Now coming through the top section into the center section in transition, it's Kai Yamamoto.
This speedster and leader of the Cougars out of Spokane comes to us from Quincy, Washington. He's a civil engineering major, second USCSA Nationals. Of course, who could forget his performance in Lake Placid. I tell you what, boss, he is one of my favorite skiers to watch in the USCSA. I'm a big Kai Yamamoto fan.
He'll be followed by Peter Del Cole, now Kai Yamamoto, across the finish line into the corral with a time of 1:49.98. Peter Del Cole from Rochester Institute of Technology. He'll be your next racer down. And Peter Del Cole wearing bib number 119. He'll be followed by Jake Grabowski and Trevor Bongiorno.
Del Cole is a applied arts and sciences major coming to us from Darien, Connecticut. Likes to ski at Killington Mountain. We'd like to thank Donald Pierce Lehman for being the best skier on this mountain, as well as his family. And it looks like he's run into a little bit of trouble right for the transition. He's lost his ski, and I think that will possibly do it for Del Cole. We'll see what happens here as he's getting assistance to get that other ski managed. So we'll see what happens here.
Oh, man, you can't make that stuff up, I promise. Jake Grabowski from Philadelphia University. He's the next to come down. And And that's going to take a second here. We're going to take a quick commercial break, get things gathered here. Sit back and relax, folks. We've got the last 30 racers to come down, but the day belongs to Adrian Romberg, your 2019 Slalom National Champion. And we'll be back with the rest of this race right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2019 USCSA National Championships presented by the Jackson Hole Travel and Tourism Board. As we are midway through run number 2 here of the Men's National Championship Slalom. Of course, a day belonging to Sierra Nevada College's Adrian Romberg, laying down 2 incredible runs here earlier on today and taking home his first national title with a 136.17 combined time. Back to live action now. Haven't missed a soul. Villanova University's Jake Grabowski.
This Wildcat comes to us from South Burlington, Vermont. He's a finance and real estate major out of Sugarbush. He is a USCSA National Championship rookie. He's got pretty good form here, boss. He's getting ready to roll through that second flush. Remember, there's a flush at the top right out of the opening as he's coming down the next part into the transition. As you can see on the camera angle, that's a really good example of how steep this mountain really is. It's a very steep mountain. It's very fast. You're going to reach full speed by about gate 4 or 5 as he heads into the flat area, and we're going to try to get a shot of him reaching the finish. And there it is, with a second run time of 53.94, a total run time of 1 minute 52.35. Next up, we have Trevor Borngimo from Western State College University. And here he comes, about to hit that second flush. Remember, there's one right out the gate, a little higher up. And a good job down the steep section. Good rhythm, good form, nice upper body, lower body separation. Remember, you want it to kind of look like a pendulum, with the upper body being still and the lower body swinging from side to side. And it looks like he's skied off course. He's going to have a little bit of problem. Giorgiano going to hike up to make a gate. I looked away for 1 second, and that's what happens. He's going to earn this time, showing the heart of a USCSA athlete. Trevor Borgiorno on the course high above is Chris Burns. And it looks like we have our lower view. Correction, we just lost the lower view camera after having it back. as Chris Burns now on course. There he is, coming down the steep area. Good side-to-side movement by Burns, trying to direct that ski from the toe, from the tip of the ski, as he is coming down the course. Andrew Cofield from Colgate on course as well. Looks like we may have our bottom camera back again, as we will get a good view of Burns reaching the finish with a second run time of 56:29 and a total time of 1 minute 54:99. Andrew Cofield from Colgate on the course right now, wearing bib 115. Great run here by him, trying to put together a run for Coach Jim Longo, helping the Colgate squad out. Crossing into the steeper part, and here we go. Good run here put together by Cofield. Cofield transitioning into the flat. We've got a good view of him here. And now into that final flush before the rhythmic section, leading him all the way to the finish. And down he goes. Lost pressure on the outside ski, and he's going to slide out. And he's got quite the hike to make, but he is going to get a time for Jim Longo. This man is determined. He is going to get to that gate. He's going to come around it. And nope. He will get to that gate, it looks like, and now he will come in for a time. A second run time of 1 minute 12:51. Total time of 2 minutes 11:23.
Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate that. Andrew Elder now from Colorado Mesa University, bib number 38 on course. He'll be followed by Ryan Freese. And we'll see Patrick Gray, Charlie Denhart, Jared Esnos, and Mikkel Proper. Meanwhile, Ryan Freese, the Nittany Lion from Penn State University, now making his way through the top section. Patrick Gray from Hobart William Smith next to come out of the box. Nice smooth run here for Ryan Freese. He was 65th fastest after the first run, 59:57. He had a good morning sesh. Pretty good GS performance here for Ryan 2 days ago. 31:13 in the intermediate split shack, 56 fastest for bib number 12. Here comes Ryan Freese.
Freese is a finance major out of Victor, New York. Comes to us from Hunt Hollow Mountain, coached by Steve Constable. This is his second USCSA National Championship. First in Allegheny Conference this year, 22nd overall at Nationals in 2018.
Hobart William Smith's Patrick Gray is now dropped in. Meanwhile, Ryan Freese here at the finish line, the 156.34. Hobart William Smith's Patrick Gray now in bib number 96, coached by Bart Colgren. He said Patrick said he was going to wear the Jean-Claude Quillet sunglasses during the run. So as he makes his way through, we're going to have to see. Now, they could be under the goggles, but as soon as he's down here on the finish line, we're going to ask him to take the goggles off to make sure he is wearing the Jean-Claude Quillet sunglasses. Patrick Gray from Hobart William Smith College through the transition. Now the final flush. No problems for Gray, and now he'll make his way down the head wall. 10 gates to go for Patrick Gray.
Gray out of Hobart William Smith comes to us from Littleton, Colorado. It does his skiing at Vail.
And he hits the line at 158.22. Charlie Denhart from Northeast University now on course.
Denhart comes to us from Northampton, likes to ski at Berkshire East. He's a data science major, coached by Mark Talbot. First USCSA National Championship for the Northeastern University skier.
No problems through the transition for Charlie Denhart. Denhart making good time through the center section now. The final flush before the head wall. He's got a good run going here. Here's Charlie Denhart wearing bib number 86. 67th fastest after the morning session, but 48th fastest at the split shack. So let's see how he does. And he finishes 48. So a really good improvement here in run number 2 for Charlie Denhart from Northeastern University. Now it's the Yote from Caldwell, Jared Esnos on course. Esnos with a 1:00:49 in run number 1. He'll add to that.
Esnos doing a good job keeping his skis in contact with the snow. Great edge control, driving it from the front of the ski, getting in the forward position that you need to be in order to handle these gates. Great job through the transition as he heads for the final flush. So, excuse me, there's one more flush, and then There's going to be a wide turn and into the final flush, and now he's hitting that rhythmic section. About 10 gates to go.
Jared Esnas from the College of Idaho.
Jared would like to thank the $1 McChicken.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He's his orthopedically challenged best friend. He'd also like to thank his family. He somehow graduated high school. He's been barely surviving ever since. That's his academic highlight. He also won a free sandwich one time. That was the podium that he won, and he's happy about that, although he claims that the sandwich wasn't very good. That's the bio. Mikel Proper from the University of Nevada, Reno, wearing bib number 32. Making his way now through the flush. He'll come down the head wall with 8 gates to go. Mikel Proper, the men's free ski national champion here, crowned just a day ago, back here for the Alpine competition today. And Mikel Proper from Nevada, Reno, stringing together 2 good runs, 153.92, and is a combined time. Nevada, Reno, his teammate now, Joel Kaderka on course, wearing bib number 82. Proper was in bib 32. And RIT's Joseph Urbano coming up next. Here's Joel Kaderka.
Kaderka comes to us from Lotus, California, likes to ski at Squaw Valley, was the 2018 ski cross champions, University of Nevada, Reno. His favorite USCSA moment was when Boss Hogg yelled, "Fire it up, brother," at the 2019 Natties when I got launched through the ski cross finish head over heels last year. Was that a self-fulfilling prophecy?
I think so. I think it was. He's a good kid. Here's Joel Kaderka. Nevada, Reno's Joel Kaderka. Across the line, 158.89 for Kaderka. Great to see these pros from Nevada, Reno. Mikel Proper, man, he's got the real deal going on skis. Alpine really his second event. It's the skier cross that this kid rocks at. And his teammate Kaderka right behind him here. Nice to see Nevada, Reno so well represented here at this 41st Annual National Championships. Joseph Urbano from Rochester Institute of Technology, wearing bib number 122 on course.
Joseph comes to us from Cheshire, Connecticut, likes to ski at Mount Southington. This is his second USCSA National Championship. This is the man who skied head-to-toe in a slalom race in full hockey goalie pads.
We hoped he was going to do it today.
Maybe tomorrow.
He could be saving the best for last, right?
Right, yeah.
Joe Urbano now through the finish line with a combined time of, we'll remind us later of the combined time, 2:14.98 for Joe Urbano. Connor Dolan from Cornell University, wearing bib number 107. He'll be followed by Eli Wolfson, Andrew Thomas, Matthew Daly, Nick Backus, and Spencer Barclay. Your next 5 out of the box.
Dolan did not provide us with a bio, so I'm going to have to make it up.
Make it up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And it looks like Thomas Dolan. He's majoring in banana production studies.
Yep. He'd like to thank his mom and dad and his dog Buster.
Yep, yeah. He'd also like to thank the Carvel Ice Cream Man.
Yep. And his academic highlight was being the first ever to get a AAA on an English paper.
He got a AAA on it.
Yep.
You see, Connor, when you don't give us a bio, then we just get to write one for you, which is what we just did while you skied down this national championship run. Congratulations to Connor Dolan. Eli Wolfson from Babson now, wearing bib 78 on course.
It actually made it sound pretty cool, though.
Things starting to loosen up here on a gorgeous Friday afternoon in Jackson. Boss Hogg and Elon Olive on the call with you for the men's national championship slalom. The day, of course, belonging to Sierra Nevada College's Adrian Romberg. Eli Wolfson from Babson on course.
Of course, coached by the legendary Joe Hardy. He's a business major out of Woodland Hills. Likes to ski at Sugarbush. This is his second USCSA national championship and would like to thank mom and dad.
Eli Wolfson, 157.96. Now it's University of Michigan's Andrew Thomas. Michigan would like to get another racer down here for the Wolverines, and he really had to scrape speed. He got so late on that line, but now back into the game is Andrew Thomas. Through the first flush. Now he'll get back into his rhythm here. He's got one more flush before the head wall. No problems in the center section here for Andrew Thomas. Let's see how he navigates this final flush. No problems there. And now down the head wall comes Andrew Thomas wearing bib number 94.
Thomas would like to thank Tim Thomas's dad, Michelle Thomas's mom, Karen Thomas grandma, Dan Thomas grandpa, and Richard Darner, his uncle.
And a good run for Andrew Thomas, 158.23. So the Wolverines have now got a couple of guys through 2 runs of ski racing here. It was a tough day for them 2 days ago during the GS, but they've definitely made improvements over the break and now back at it. They'll be here tomorrow for the dual panel. Meanwhile, it's Penn State University's Matthew Daly wearing bib number 49. Daly skiing for that tradition program in State College, Pennsylvania. Like to shout out to the Durr family, also legendary ski racers. There were like 30 of them. And just as I say that, Matthew Daly takes a nasty little crash here through the flush. Now he's going to lay there and decide whether or not he wants to hike up through those 5 gates in the flush, and I think he's decided against it. So a tough break for the Nittany Lions' Matthew Daly. Here's Minnesota Twin Cities' Nicholas Backus. Nick wearing bib number 118. Making his way down the top section. Spencer Barclay from Washington State University. I think he's the tallest skier here at the USCSA Nationals this year. 6'10", 7'2" with the afro.
Nicholas comes to us from Minneapolis, Minnesota, likes to ski at Afton Alps, coached by Josh Laberco. He's a mathematics late major. Would like to thank Mark Conway, his first coach, Rob Thomas, Jack Tillman, his current coaches, and Steve and Karen, his parents.
And here is Nick Backus from Minnesota Twin Cities. He hits the line with a 2:03.82, so a good 2-run combo here for Nick Backus. Spencer Barclay now on course. The giant of ski racing. I'll tell you, this kid towers over me, and I'm pretty big. Who said the big guys can't ski? Oh, you got to be short, they said. Center of gravity, balance thing. No way, forget it. Oh, Spencer Barclay had a run going and then just got caught up on it. That's a tough break for Barclay. He had a good run happening right there, and that's going to be the end of the day for Spencer. But we're going to see the entire Washington State Cougar team back here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. All part of our Super Saturday coverage here on the Broadcast Network. Here at Alpine, we've got dual panel slalom. Of course, the relays over at Nordic. Bob Underwood and Jared Newell on the call for that. And snowboard giant slalom, Brad J. and the Beeve, Mark Oliver. They'll bring you that tomorrow morning as well. Meanwhile, Luke Lalleman from Penn State University on course.
Luke Lalleman comes from State College, Pennsylvania, as a statistic and economics major, coached by Stephen Constable. He's the fastest Krispy Kreme donut eater of 1988 and a second runner-up in an international hog calling meet in 2000. Plans to be a professional taffy puller post-graduation and would like to thank both his left and right legs for carrying him all these years and couldn't have done it without you guys. This is also the same guy that has that memory about Buzz Hogg tucking him in.
Exactly right. Penn State University's Luke Lalleman. He used those left and right legs to get him down this hill, no doubt about it. Cole Masterson from Villanova University now. High atop the course, wearing bib number 81. Cole, 79th fastest after run number 1 with a 1:04.49. And no problems here in the top section for Cole.
This Villanova Wildcat comes to us from North Andover. Likes to ski at Gunstock. He is an undecided student right now, and this is his first USCSA National Championship.
Cole Masterson from Villanova into the final 10 gates wearing bib 81. Great to see Villanova here at this 41st annual running of the National Championships. And here is Cole Masterson, 2:24.46. Colgate's Ezra Hornick now on course wearing bib number 76. He'll be followed by Drew Perringer, Drew Carlton, Levi Walters, Andrew Brinker, and Daniel Grover, your next 5 coming out of the start box.
Ezra Hornick is a chemistry major out of Yonkers, New York, coached by Jim Longo over at Colgate. This is his 3rd USCSA National Championship, was 26 overall at Nationals last year. 2nd team All-Conference 3 times. He plans on doing clinical research for 2 years after graduating, then hopefully going to medical school. On course now, we have Drew Perringer from the United States Military Academy, wearing bib number 91.
Drew Perringer. Hoorah! Wearing bib 91.
Comes to us from Lake Oswego, Oregon. Skis at Mount Hood. Coached by Bob McEntee over at the United States Military Academy. Economics major. Listed podium was moved from third spot varsity to first spot JV. His favorite USCSA moment is getting a free trip to Jackson Hole.
And he got a free trip. That's because he qualified for it. He made it.
I wouldn't call that free at all.
Now he's made it across the finish line. What a great run for Drew Perringer from the United States Military Academy. You know, all his friends are back in West Point watching him ski, and they're all in class and doing push-ups and having to do the range and all that kind of stuff. And he's out here in Jackson Hole in bluebird skies, like 40 degrees outside. I love it. Congratulations, Drew. Great job for the United States Military Academy. We'll see them here again tomorrow for the dual panel. Here's Drew Carlton from Lafayette College wearing bib 72.
Coached by Christopher Shimeko. Probably butchered that name. But
No, that's
what
right,
else is it?
Shimeko.
Oh, yeah!
Shimeko. Yeah, this is Shimeko.
Sweet.
Yeah.
He's an electrical and computer engineering major out of San Diego. Likes to ski at Bear Valley. Third USCSA National Championship. Would like to thank his mom, Kathy, dad, Joel, and brother, Trevor.
Across the line safely, 2:13.61 for Mr. Drew Carlton from Lafayette College. And now that this race is over, he can't wait. He's going to take his ski boots off. He's going to rub his feet. He's going to say, I'm glad this day is over.
Speaking of feet, he might be headed towards the next gnarly toe contest.
Oh, no, we can't talk about that. The gnarly toe contest is against the FCC regulations. You can't even tell people you did it. Levi Walters knows about it. United States Military Academy, Levi Walters wearing bib number 40 now.
Comes to us from Denver, Colorado. Likes to ski at Winter Park. When asked about his list of podiums and awards, he put LOL. His favorite moment was Yale Flanagan's 30-second tap out in the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing Challenge.
Dude, have
you
you ever
that?
tried? Have you ever tried it?
I've never tried it. I had a friend that tried it, and I was sitting right there.
So Boss Hawk Jr. did the Buffalo Wild Wings Challenge, and he survived it.
Did you get the
got
t-shirt?
the T-shirt, got the free meal, and everything. And then it was 3 days of hell.
Oh.
3 days, 72 hours.
So when they say free meal, do they mean you just don't have to pay for the wings you just ate, or you get a free additional meal?
No. You don't have to pay for the ones you ate.
So if you
but you do have to pay for the visit to the hospital because there's fire coming out of you. I mean, I'm not kidding you. Don't do it. That is not a good investment, I promise. Levi Walters, he's in. Andrew Brinker is almost in. Daniel Grover is on course. It is just a party here on a Friday afternoon in beautiful Jackson Hole, Wyoming, as we bring you the final racers here for run number 2 of the men's slalom. And Andrew Brinker, the Yote from Caldwell, Idaho, now across the stripe into the corral with a 2:20.56. Here's Daniel Grover from Villanova, making it look easy through that top flush as he makes his way into the transition now.
Andrew Brinker would like to thank his parents, Jimmy Dean Microwave Sandwiches, and Bon Renault.
What's his favorite memory in USCSA racing? When the 6:15 a.m. practice is over. I love it.
Oh my
Daniel
gosh.
Grover from Villanova University survives run number 2 here in this 41st running of the Nationals. 2:18.66.
Daniel would like to thank Mary Grover, his mom, Chris Grover, his dad, and Ronnie Sue Bauer, his coach.
Ryan Connor from Nevada, Reno, wearing bib number 61, making his way now into the final head wall. He'll be followed by Ryan King from Lafayette College. Then Don Lehman, Jack Young, Kyle Street, Tyler Moran, Austin Atanasoff, and Ryan Coe, our final 6 racers. Meanwhile, here is Ryan Connor from Nevada, Reno, 2:12.15. Nevada Reno will be back tomorrow for the dual panel competition. They're going to rock it out. I can't wait to see these guys go crazy. Let me tell you something, dual panel, that's almost like a skier cross. I mean, you're by yourself on the track, but somebody's breathing down your neck. I mean, you can feel it, you can see it, you can hear it. It's all right in your space that you're not used to having people near when you're ski racing. Yep. Watch out for these boys from Nevada Reno. They've got something up their sleeves for tomorrow.
I can't wait.
Ryan King now from Lafayette College in bib number 109. He is on course, and he'll be followed by Donald Lehman from Rochester Institute of Technology.
Ryan King would like to thank Sam Ubertali and his dog Pepperoni. Academic highlights has made it through the first semester, so good on you, man. This is his first USCSA National Championship.
Ryan King now wearing bib number 109 into the final flush. He'll be making his way into our sights momentarily. Now he comes down the head wall. 10 gates to go for Ryan King from Lafayette College. Rochester Institute of Technology's Donald Lehman now has dropped in from the top. And meanwhile, here at the bottom, it's Ryan King from Lafayette College. 246.96, but a two-run combo and a final score as the love comes from the sidelines here in the finish corral. Now Don Lehman from RIT.
Don Lehman comes to us from Syracuse, New York. Likes to ski at Toggenburg. He's a software engineer major, coached by Chris Mastropietri. This is his second USCSA National Championship. His career plans include have an internship at Lockheed Martin and plans to buy Toggenburg Mountain.
Love it.
His favorite memory is watching a hockey goalie run a slalom course.
Well, you know, that's how you make a small fortune in skiing. You want to make a small fortune in a ski mountain?
Buy the mountain.
No, you start with a large one. Here we go, Jack Young from the United States Military Academy. He's next. Don Lehman, though. Hey, Donnie, when you buy that ski mountain, you call Boss Hogg, all right? I'm going to come in. I'm going to announce all your ski races. That's all we're going to do there. We're going to just take lifts and race. We're not going to open it up to anybody else. If you don't have a speed suit and a helmet on, you're not coming. We'll make a fortune at it. Jack Young now from the United States Military Academy. Had a tough time with that flush, but he's going to go back for it. Now he's back in it. Jack Young is not going to quit. He's not going to go down. He's going to fight through the entire thing. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how many times he's got to hike. Jack Young is going to finish the second run of this national championship slalom. He knows it, too. Now here comes the final. No problem through the final flush. Now down the head wall is Jack Young.
Jack Young doing Coach Robert McEntee proud. He is our Arabic and Human Geography major out of Center Valley and did a study abroad in Oman.
I told you, Jack Young, he made the grade through the finish corral in a two-run combo from the United States Military Academy. There he is, wearing bib number 97. Way to go, Jack. Kyle Street from Lafayette College wearing bib 79 now on course.
Kyle comes to us from New Canaan, Connecticut. Likes to ski at Beaver Creek. He's a music and film and media studies major. Might be working for you one day.
Well,
and
or we're going to be working for him.
Yeah, right. Coached by Christopher Shemako. Likes to do his skiing at Beaver Creek. First USCSA National Championship for Mr. Streets.
No problem through the final flush and down the head wall. 10 gates to go for Kyle Street from Lafayette. Tyler Moran now from Colgate has dropped in from the top. Meanwhile, here at the finish line arrives grand style. It's Kyle Street with a 2:36.82. So Kyle stringing together two good runs here in the men's slalom. Now flying down the mountain, it's Tyler Moran. Boy, he got through that quick. They sent him out fast from the start shack. So Moran, and now Austin Atanasoff from Minnesota Twin Cities is on course. Here's Tyler Moran from Colgate. He hits the line with 2:21.34. although the 39th fastest second run. So Tyler had a tough first run here and had to hike, and he showed us what he was made of there in run number 2. He's taking a selfie with the cameraman. There it is. I think that's the first broadcast selfie that we've had so far. Did he have that in his speed suit? Tyler, did you have that camera in your speed suit? I think you did. He carried that camera all the way down so he could do that moment right there. Beautiful. We'll see him back here tomorrow for the dual panel. Here's Minnesota Twin Cities Austin Atanasoff, and he'll be followed by the final racer here in run number 2, Ryan Coe.
Austin out of Minneapolis likes to ski at Afton Alps. He's a finance and marketing major, coached by Josh Laburko. Didn't give us much more than that, so I guess we get to make something up for him.
Well, he gave us enough. You only get to make it up if they give you nothing.
All right, he gave us enough then. We'll spare him our creativity.
Minnesota Twin Cities Austin Atanasoff, bid one number 127. And Atanasoff now making his way down the final head wall. He'll be followed by Ryan Coe, who's now dropped in from the start shack, also from Minnesota Twin Cities. And here comes Austin Atanasoff, and Atanasoff into the corral with a 317.11. And I think that Minnesota Twin Cities is going to be in the dual panel tomorrow. I sure hope so. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed they are. That means yes. So thank you for that, Austin. I will look forward to the Twin Cities performance tomorrow. Side-by-side racing. Here comes the final racer of the day, also from Twin Cities in Minnesota. It's Ryan Coe. Coe wearing bib number 129. And Coe is like, I gotta go. He just wants to get down because he's got to go.
He's probably sweating in that one-piece suit right there.
It's a little warm up on the hill today. Now, that was a good idea about 8 o'clock this morning when they did the first run inspection. But now that the temperature's risen by 35 degrees, he may be a little warm in that in the one-piece. It's all right, though. You can always take it off, right? Yeah, he can. And he puts his hands in the air because Minnesota Twin Cities is rocking out here at the 41st Annual National Championships. Ryan Coe across the line with 3:20.43. They'll be back tomorrow for the dual panel. Folks, what a great afternoon of ski racing we've had here from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Run number 2 now complete and in the books. Boy, what a big day it is for Sierra Nevada College. Let's go over your top 10 here. Tied for 9th place, a dead tie between Rocky Mountain College's Sean McCormick and Northeastern University's Michael Resnick. In 8th place from Castleton, it's Logan Mackey. From 7th, the Eagle from Incline Village, Luca Gobek. Thomas Daigle in 6th. He led the thing for a long time. In fact, he was atop of the leaderboard with 9 racers to go. So a great run from, the second starting position here today to Thomas Daigle from Clarkson. And Daigle had the fastest. You know, we're going to check that time here. That just seems a little bit out of control there. We're going to have to check that. Vidar Whitting for Sierra Nevada College in 5th place. Babson's Jack Blanchard in the 4th position. And then the podium. In 3rd place from Castleton, it's Paul Reckberger, the defending national champion in this event last year in Lake Placid. In 2nd place, the newcomer for the Battle Bears from Billings. Skiing for Coach Jerry Wolf, it's Eston Falkset. But the day belongs to Sierra Nevada College's Adrian Romberg, who finishes 2nd fastest in run number 1, 4th fastest in run number 2. But you put them together and the 136.17 is going to win him a national championship. What a great day for the Eagles from Sierra Nevada College. And more importantly, the big dog himself, Adrian Romberg, your 2019 men's slalom national champion. What a great race it was today. Pogledich had it in the bag once again, and he comes out of the start gate. He shoots out of there, and like deja vu from Lake Placid last year in the 5th gate, he blows out of the course. He has to stop. He has to hike back up, and it just opens the door wide open. And who's sitting there but Adrian Romberg?
Absolutely amazing day of racing here at Snow King. Boss, you said it. It was by far probably the most exciting day that we've had this week. I mean, we were both kind of looking in disbelief when all that went down. It was crazy to kind of see deja vu from Lake Placid. Paul Reckberger makes it onto the podium despite having to hike a little bit. And I mean, just an amazing effort by all of these athletes here.
Don't forget, we'll give out the hardware here at the Snow King Resort starting at 4:30 this afternoon. If you're within 3,000 miles of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, we invite you to attend. It's going to be one heck of a show. Coming up next tomorrow morning. No, that's not right. My graphic guys is just blowing graphics at me. It was like yesterday's graphics. It's okay. He's sitting here right next to me, by the way. Oh, no, he's going to run one more for me. This is just for my enjoyment. Go ahead, put it on the screen. Don't forget, stay wild. Stay wild, Jackson Hole. We have sure had fun here at the Alpine venue. Tomorrow it is Super Saturday. We invite you to join us 10 a.m. local time. As my broadcast partner and I will bring you the coverage of the dual panel slalom. It is a great, fun relay afternoon type of day, and so sunny skies predicted for tomorrow. The kids will be out here in costumes and a whole bunch of fun going on here in front of us, and we invite you to be a part of it as well. Tune in tomorrow to the broadcast channel here at www.uscsa.com. That's going to do it for us. A great day of ski racing. The day belongs to Adrian Romberg from Sierra Nevada College. On behalf of my high cameraman, Matt Iverson, my corral man, that's Tim Devlin, my main man here, Jack Roner, our technical director, Nick McCosey, and my broadcast partner, Mr. Elon Olive. This is Boss Hogg saying so long, everybody.
Championship 2 in a row. One in Bend, Oregon in 2015, now in Lake Placid. Will the table? Yep, up on our feet now. Here's some vice temperature.
All right, 10 heat 2 and ready.
Riders ready. Attention.
Yeah, opening seat.
run and hide. If I get tired and say that I wanna change my mind, pull me in a circle so I can change it one more time. Pull me in a circle, circle, circle. Pull me in a circle, circle, circle. Say that I wanna change my mind. Pull me in a circle so I can change it one more time. Pull me in a circle, circle, circle. Pull me in a circle, circle, circle. Right underneath our feet. Remember we're not finished. We're not finished. I don't know where I'm going, but I know where I've been. And it's never in the nowhere. It's in the not giving in. And when the earth is slipping, tripping, right underneath our feet. Remember we're not finished. We're not finished. One more time. We're gonna get up this. We're never gonna run and hide. If I get tired and say that I wanna change my mind, pull me in a circle so I can change it one more time. Pull me in a circle, circle, circle. Pull me in a circle, circle, circle.